Today we're gonna test every no-skill deck in Clash Royale. Man, you guys already know we have to start the video off right. Our very first deck that is absolutely zero skill is Elixir Golem, and this is the new variation of Elixir Golem that the top Elixir Golem players have been running. I mean, I don't even know if I should call them top players. I don't know if they deserve that title or not, but yeah, this is the new Elixir Golem deck. It does have some pretty off-meta cards in here, like the Goblin Curse, and I think the weirdest card in this deck is probably the Void Spell, which might surprise a lot of you guys to see in this deck, because really nobody plays Void these days, but it actually works quite well in a deck like this, because it's just a 3-elixir spell that can completely counter a lot of stuff like Musketeers, as we're doing right here. It can also counter flying machines, magic archers, even can damage down executioners pretty heavily, so it's overall quite a great spell. And a lot of people are running Witch these days, guys, so we have the Goblin Curse here to counter stuff like Witch, to counter Graveyard, and just Swarms in general, so overall a very solid deck. Oh snap, our opponent actually has the Hog Rider. I did not expect a Hog Rider deck. Man, this guy really has Hog Rider, Pekka, and Barbs and everything. This is a pretty strange deck out of him. We're definitely not off to the best start right here. He does go in for the Pekka, but guys, I feel like maybe that Pekka is not a good play by him, because now we just go for our Evo Witch, and I think we could get a pretty hefty counter push out of this. Basically, you kind of want to build up your witches in the back and then just get an Elixir Golem supporting, and then you get like also, for example, like a Skeleton King getting all the souls and stuff from the Witch. He actually does get prediction arrows, but he missed just a few skeletons, which might actually make all the difference right here, guys. And then he's going to go for a Musketeer, but we're going to get a Void onto it. Imagine if I had Fireball, it wouldn't kill the Musketeer, and it would be one more Elixir, but because we have the Void spell, we're able to take down stuff just a little bit easier. We're going to get our Rage spell here to just get everything moving way faster, and oh my gosh, that is a lot of tower damage. Not quite tower down, though, so we still have to get a little bit more going to actually try to win this match. Alright, he goes in for the Hog Rider, but I feel like with our Witch here, we're going to be chilling. And guys, we do have our Evo Skarmy, so I'm just going to split it here, which is going to make him have to probably play his arrows, I would assume. And then I'm just going to go for my Skelly King ability, trying to distract the Pekka. Then we also get a nice Elixir Golem just trying to like sneak through here as his Pekka gets distracted. I'm going to try to go for the Void on the Baby Dragon, and hopefully that can deal with it. Bro, this guy literally has no chance, guys. He can't defend, but he does still have time to take my tower, so I'm going to have some really good defense here to win this game. I'm not going to let that Witch die. No way I'm going to let that Witch die. Alright, let's get this down up high just to, like, block up the lane. Let's pop our Skelly King ability as well. I'm hoping he can't get a good hog down, guys, but we'll have to see. This will be a really close game, but I think we got it, unless he has a random rocket. Yeah, we do take a nice first win. That was no skill. Man, I cannot even begin to explain to you guys how low skill this Giant Sparky deck is. We have Giant Sparky with the Tornado as well, and basically how people always play this deck is that they pretty much will always go for their Sparky or their Giant first play, then you just have like Mini Pekka and Tornado up in here, so even if you try to punish the Sparky player with like a Hog other side, they just always get away with their dumb Sparkies. And this deck is also so incredibly dumb for a very specific reason, guys. We have a very certain reason for having NATO in this deck. You might already think that Sparky is quite low skill, and you're right about that. But what's even a lot lower skill is Sparky Tornado. And basically how it works, guys, is that you get a Sparky down, right? You get your Sparky, it shoots its shot at like a Musketeer or something like that, right? It shoots the bullet, and then as the bullet is flying, or as like the plasma is flying, if you Tornado that Musketeer back, it will actually like move the Sparky shot to go way further down the map, and it can actually reach the tower from insanely far distances. Also, I don't know what that fireball was. I guess I was too busy talking to, to aim my fireball right there. But luckily he got a pretty bad battle ram early on just into my Sparky, so we're probably going to get away with that. Pretty interesting fireball, to say the least. But yeah, Evo Wizard is also really nice in this deck just to counter air cards, and does also quite great against all the swarm that people try to play to counter your Sparky. So anyways, I'm probably going to get another Sparky down pretty soon here, because there's not really much this guy can actually do to punish us. Really, all he can try to do is go for like a battle ram, but then we just have Mini Pekka, which is going to counter it and get us a counter push as well. Now, I don't really have much for this pump right here. Didn't really expect pump out of this guy, honestly. So this might be a little bit tough, because I was just wasting my fireball. Oh, he has 3 Musketeers. What the heck? Well, guys, what we're going to have to do right here is that we have to just go for a really quick Tornado, pull those in. Nice, we pull them all in! Okay, I know we don't pull one of them in, guys, but still, that was so good. Okay, just get his minions down. I'm going to have to just go for a proper fireball this time. This time making sure I didn't miss my fireball. Mini Pekka might get on the tower if we're lucky. Nice, we get the one hit, bro. The Mini Pekka got a small HP buff of like 5% a while ago, and it's making such a difference, I noticed. I guess I'll just go for a wizard here. He does go for his pump again, so I think we just go all in here, guys. I think we just make a push here. We probably don't even have to actually Sparky. Oh, he's making a big mistake here, I guarantee you guys. He's probably going to try to block his 3 Musketeers with stuff, but all we have to do now is go for this. We get our Evo Zap as well, and Heal Spirit does get a very nice connection. We pull the minions away so the wizard just kills them, and this deck is just so dumb. Like, I didn't do a single smart play this whole game. I mean, sure, I did like a thing or two, but I didn't really deserve to win this easily, but man, poor 3 Musketeers players don't stand a chance. Man, I hate to see it, but one of the lowest skill decks out there is actually Pekka Bridge Spam, which is pretty weird because just a few years ago, it was known as one of the higher skill decks in the game back when it had like Magic Archer and stuff like that, the Electro Wizard in it, but I feel like over time more and more broken cards got released that have benefited this deck more and more and have just made it way easier to play and also just much more toxic as well. So that's why we have Pekka right now, because people have also really changed their playstyle with Pekka as well. Not just the cards in Pekka, but they've changed the playstyle a lot, basically going from, you know, trying to really outskill your opponents and make cool outplays to just going for like Pekka first play. It's just so sad to see how far Pekka has fallen. No way, guys! Our Pekka literally just pushed the Battle Ram out of the cannon range, because that cannon placement would normally always pull a Battle Ram, but sometimes if you actually go for a Pekka on the right tile and your Battle Ram at the right positioning, and your Pekka like just walks inward at the perfect time, it can actually make it just randomly bypass buildings like that. Basically what happened is that the Pekka was walking inside, and then it kind of nudged the Battle Ram to go a bit on the outside, and then it just bypassed the building because of that. So that's already pretty good for us. We're facing a bait deck right here, but our variation actually does have a pretty decent amount of bait counters. We have like the Mother Witch, we have Barbell, and Arrows, so if you hate bait, this deck is probably going to be a pretty good one for you. Now this guy does have a pretty strong bait version, I think, so even though we have multiple spells, it's probably still going to be a little bit difficult. I love balanced wall breakers, man. Who else loves Evo wall breakers? I swear, Evo wall breakers are literally unstoppable unless you have a Spirit plus a Log or a Barbell. Or a Building. If you don't have any of those, you literally cannot stop Evo wall breakers without spending a good 70 elixir. Okay, we get our arrows down right here. Definitely not looking too good, guys. This matchup is just so dumb. How he's just like constantly spamming over and over and over again. We're just going to have to go for a big Pekka in the back here and hopefully maybe get like a crazy Evo Battle Ram or a crazy Golden Knight. I think that's really our best chance to win right here. Okay, so he does go in for the Berserker and everything, but this could work out for us maybe if we can defend these wall breakers. Nice, we defend the wall breakers. Okay, this is not bad, guys. The only issue is that I wasted my arrows, so now I'm probably going to struggle quite a bit against the Dart Goblin. But we do get our Evo Ghost, which he's going to have to respond to, and we just have to kill this Dart Goblin finally. Man, I could have hit both Dart Goblins maybe if I waited a little bit on the arrows, but guys, look how big of a push we have! My guy literally cannot defend. Holy moly. This is so no skill. You could see I was doing so bad the whole game, getting bad interactions, not really playing to the best of my ability, but just one big Pekka push and this guy had nothing he could do. I mean, guys, when it comes to the no skill conversation, I think Giant Graveyard is one of the very first things almost anyone in Clash Royale brings up. Besides like Mega Knight, Giant Graveyard is definitely up there. It's one of the first things people bring up, guys. Giant Graveyard is just so easy to play, and it just seems like the Giant Graveyard players always get away with doing anything. Like, they just make the most outrageous plays of all time. They just overspend so heavily, but then they seem to always get away with it no matter what. Like, I swear, they can literally just Giant Graveyard the bridge first play, spend like 1,000 elixir, go for like a Graveyard Arrows Snowball, unprovoked for no reason, and they always get away with it. I don't know how, but I guess the defense of this deck is so strong that they can just do that. Alright, our opponent does go in for the piggies here, so we do get a nice bowler plus minions. That should pretty much counter it. Yeah, beautiful bowler. Definitely going to be quite nice to have the bowler and the witch as well in this matchup. The Evo Witch especially is just so hard for most decks to get rid of because they have to spend their spells on your graveyard, and even if they do have a poison spell, that's still not enough to take down a Evo Witch. It just does not die to poison, so yeah, pretty broken synergy in this deck as well. We're going to get a late Scar Me down right here. You kind of do have to use your towers as a resource sometimes, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. Yeah, see, that was great, guys, that I went for a late Skarmy. That forces out his whole Zappies here, which is probably not what he would have preferred to play. He could try to go in for something, so I will be ready if he does, but... Okay, yeah, he does go in. I'm just going to get my arrows down here as well. I feel like if I played minions, they would just die anyways, so might as well just get our Evo Witch. I think he didn't really try to get much damage there, guys. He simply went in just to force out my Witch, which is kind of annoying for us, but I think we could still make things work. Probably the biggest issue in this matchup is going to actually be the Flying Machine, honestly. The Flying Machine is going to just be so hard to take down, but honestly, the Evo Ghost is pretty annoying as well, so I guess two kind of difficult things for us right here. But guys, wait, he just wasted the arrows. Wait. He wasted the arrows, guys. I can literally just go for a Giant and then Evo Skarmy the bridge, and we go in right as he plays the recruits, so he's really going to struggle now to defend, and guys, our skeletons are going to be literally invincible! Bro, the Evo Skarmy is so dumbly broken. He finally gets his Flying Machine onto it, but not before we just take out his entire tower. And guys, this all happened simply because he wasted the arrows. And I feel like people see the minions and they so freely use their arrows onto it, guys, they don't really think about your Evo Skarmy. And if they are playing an arrows deck and they waste it, and you have Evo Skarmy and cycle, sometimes there's literally just nothing they can do. And I don't think this guy could have done anything. So, yeah, we take a very dominant win. Another very no-skill deck in the current meta is this Boss Bandit Ramrider Bridge Spam deck, and I feel like Executioner also became a very low-skill card as well ever since the evolution came out for it. It just feels so easy to play and just gets so much value for no reason. Oh my gosh, our opponent's playing Elixir Golem, guys, oh no. I think I might have just lost the game already. I just cycled my Executioner and he has Elixir Golem, which is the worst case scenario. You do not want to ever cycle your Executioner when you're facing Elixir Golem. I did not expect a random E-Golem out of this guy's left pocket. We could just go for a nice Snowball here, though, I guess. Why does he have a Miner, though? Dude, this guy's deck is so strange. I'm just going to go for the Executioner here, guys. He does get his Skelly King ability, which is going to be a little bit rough for us to deal with. But it looks like we actually get a nice Bar Barrel. Dang, we actually defended that pretty nicely, guys, but I did cycle my second Executioner right now, which means that I'm not going to get to it for a while, so I just have to take advantage here and go in before he tries to set up for another E-Golem push. Okay, I'm going to have to go ahead and Snowball. We actually do hit a little bit of the Skarmy as well, it looks like, which is pretty nice, and I mean, he shuts down our push pretty easily, but we get a little something going. But yeah, guys, basically in this matchup, we're just going to be trying to save our Executioner in our hand at all costs until he cycles his Elixir Golem, because yeah, if I play it too early... Okay, I'm going to go for it now just because he plays the Night Witch. You can only really cycle it if they play, you know, their Night Witch or their Witch, whatever they really have, and then also just are not up in Elixir. Because if you cycle Executioner at the wrong time when they're up Elixir and stuff like that, you can just get so heavily punished. I'm going to have to go ahead and play my Ghost right here for all these Goblins. Hopefully I could save my tower. No, I don't think I will. Okay, I mean, I barely do, but man, guys, we're looking really bad right now. I feel like I could have defended a little bit better right there, I'm going to be honest. That was kind of my fault. But now we have our Evo Executioner, guys, so maybe we could still make something work. And, I mean, this guy has really good offense, obviously, but I feel like his defense is not too powerful, so maybe we can make stuff work right here. I do have my Snowball, so I'm actually going to just go ahead and play that right here and hope the Ramrider can do just enough damage. Nice, we get just enough damage to take down the tower. I'm going to also Boss Bandit here to get full value out of the Evo Executioner. And dude, Boss Bandit is just like the lowest skill card of all time. I swear, guys. It really is like the lowest skill card ever. Beautiful lightning value right here. He could go for a Skelly King ability, though, so gonna have to get our Ghost down. Gonna have to also Bar Barrel, but he also gets an Evo Skarmy. Just too little too late, though, out of this guy. He actually has decent cards to beat me, but he just didn't get the right push together. I hope none of you guys fall for the propaganda that Logbait is high skill. We're playing a Logbait deck right here, guys, and this deck is just so low skill because basically you just spam broken cards at the bridge over and over and over again, and you literally have to have no defensive skill to be good at this deck because you just attack so often and all the time that your opponent literally just never has the chance to make a single push on you all game usually. So you just don't need skill to play this deck pretty much, I feel like, at least in my opinion, guys. Also, I think this guy's actually an OG Three Musketeers player that we're facing right now, so it'll be interesting to see how we can do here. We don't actually have a big spell. We just have Vines, which can deal with some stuff, but the Elixir Collector is going to definitely be a pretty big challenge. I think what we have to do here, guys, is just do exactly what I said and try to play so aggressively that he's forced into defending the whole time. We do get a really good Mother Witch here on the bats, and he actually does get his 3M down. I could go for the Vines on them, but I think maybe I won't. I'll just let this one musketeer mostly go. You have to know when to take damage with a deck like this, guys, because if you get in a good spot elixir-wise with a bait deck, you can pretty easily capitalize off of it. It's kind of like the opposite of a miner deck, because miners control decks, you know, you just have to have the most perfect starts, and you can't really punish your opponent even if they overcommit because you have such light offense. But with a deck like this, it's the complete opposite. Even if you're just up a few elixir, you can still sometimes just completely punish your opponent so badly. But yeah, I really can't do anything about these pumps except just trying to go in for stuff and trying to, I don't know, just take his towers and get to those pumps, despite the fact that they're kind of hidden behind the towers. I have to just, like, take his towers, then get all the way there and hopefully make something work. I could go for a Mother Witch here, or I could have gone for a Mother Witch here, but I think the Dark Goblin is a little bit better just to play it safe and not spend too much elixir. We're going to get our wall breakers down here, but actually the Dark Goblin is tanking, which is not really what I wanted. But guys, look, we do get right on the tower there. So tower's almost down already. He's probably going to 3M here in a second, so I'm going to get my vines ready. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and vines all of this just to buy our Skelly Barrel and my Skarmy some time to take down the tower. Nice, we take down the entire tower here, guys. We're just going to also pop our Skelly King ability. And we can also get a great Evo Skarmy soon as well. Look at this Dark Goblin. It's clipping off the minions right here very nicely. Beautiful stuff, guys. Oh my gosh, he's going all in right now. He's going ham. Wait, guys, I don't think I can defend here. Dude, I don't think I can defend. Wait, unless my Skelly Barrel can maybe defend? Wait, guys, that was such a clutch Skelly Barrel! The defensive Skelly Barrel might have just won me the game. Wait, actually, if he goes for a Horde, I can't stop it, though. Okay, he goes for the Horde. I'm gonna have to get my Dark Gob way up high. Just try to, like, buy time. I know I can't stop this, but if I just buy myself time, then I'm good. Yeah, we just buy ourselves enough time, and we end up taking a very, very good win there, despite having no big spell. Okay, guys, so we have Golem up next, which is obviously one of the older no-skill decks inside of Clash Royale, and I guess Golem has kind of fixed its reputation a little bit over time. I mean, it was really no-skill during the Goblin Machine meta just recently, but overall Golem hasn't been that good for a while, except during that short Goblin Machine period. And Golem kind of fixed its reputation a little bit. It's not been tarnished in a while, but this variation of Golem that some people have been using recently is just so low skill, guys. When you have the Battle Healer, I feel like it just makes this deck so much easier to play because you just completely hard counter, like Poison decks especially, and really any deck that doesn't have the proper ranged troops to deal with it, because if they have to play like a melee troop to deal with the healer, then it just gives you free heals on your entire push. And you also have the pump in this deck, which I feel like makes it a little bit easier as well, because when you have a pump in a Golem deck, it kind of just gives you a clear objective in single elixir, whereas if you have no pump, then you're kind of just left to fend for yourself. You don't really have any clear, I guess, goal in single elixir like you do when you have the pump in here. So that's why I think this deck is very no skill. We could probably go for our pump here in a second, because I don't think this guy has a big spell. It seems like actually quite a few people in this meta are lacking a big spell, which is pretty great for our deck, because when they have no big spell for the pump, I mean, you guys know it goes absolutely crazy. I actually will go ahead and ignore this ghost right here just to make sure that we can make a really nice Golem push. Actually, I'm going to Baby Dragon first. I feel like that Skarmy would get a little bit too much damage, a little bit more than I'd be willing to take right now. Yeah, I'm just going to go for my Golem in the back here. I know it's not the lane I'm going in, guys, because as you can see, I have more damage on the right side, but with a Golem deck, it's just so important to go same lane, so even though it's not the lane I want to go in, I'm still just going to switch. And, yeah, right here we can actually just get a nice Evo E-Drag, and his only real way to stop my push right now, guys, is probably going to be to get a Fisherman down, but I'm going to have my Tornado ready to just yank it away, so he could go for it, but I'm just going to pull it right away. Okay, where's your Fisherman, man? Bro, where the heck is this guy's Fisherman? Bro, he finally plays his Fisherman, but honestly, I'm just not gonna worry about it. I just wanted to go for my NATO there to kill the Zappies, honestly. Maybe that was a mistake, actually, man. What the heck? He defended that so easily. Bro, how the heck did this guy just defend that so easily, guys? What the... I thought I was at least gonna, you know, get some damage right there, but we get literally nothing. That is a Barbarian Barrel of all time right here. Oh, this is such a fat tornado. Guys, that is such a good tornado. I thought I just lost the game. I probably did lose the game still, but man, we're actually not completely dead yet. We still have a very, very small chance. I can't really go for a Golem all... Actually, I will go for a Golem. Not all the way in the back, though. Gotta go for it a little bit higher, guys, just so he doesn't try to go in for the piggies to sneak in the win. It's a little bit awkward here, because I kind of have to Tornado the Zappies, but then at the same time, I also want to Tornado the Fishermans, which is making it a little bit weird for me right here. Wait, I think we're gonna kill the Zappies here, though. And then we can just, like, yank this Fisherman in so it doesn't mess with us. Hopefully we could kill the Evo Skarmy Captain. Dude, the E-Drag's not going on the Evo Skarmy Captain. Okay, now we finally kill it, but... man, it might be too little too late now. Dude, this kind of sucks here, but let's try to get another Battle Healer, maybe. And see if that can't do something. We could just yank this to the other lane here, that annoying Mother Witch. Guys, our E-Drag is still alive. Yo, our mini Pekka's also still alive. E-Drag gets a little bit of tower damage. I don't know how the healer's going this far away, though. Okay, I think we probably lost, guys. Dude, my healer just going to a different universe. Man, I have a cold, dude, and my nose keeps on running. Dude, please, give me the win. I think we just have to golem the bridge, guys. I have literally nothing else to do right here. Please mess up somehow. Let's go for the baby dragon. Let's just pull this all the way. Pull that all the way. Nice, guys. We could win this. We could win this. Let's just go for the Evo E-Drag. Make sure he can't piggies, because... okay, he goes for the piggies, but Evo E-Drag is going to make such quick work of it. And I think he might have just choked, guys. He just wasted the arrows on nothing. And he literally just has no big spells, so he cannot kill my Electro Dragons, and he just insta-loses because of that. Guys, these decks just irritate me so badly, man. This no-skill Minor Mortar deck is so annoying. It was... actually not really that long ago, if you think about it, guys, that Mortar was considered one of the higher skill decks in the game. Like, these Mortar Minor decks were always considered to be decks that only really the best players with them could actually have much success with. But it feels like these days Mortar took a complete 360, and now it's just much more of a kind of no-skill deck filled with these really annoying no-skill cards, and it's just all about spamming and trying to just bait your opponent over and over and over again. And it just gets tiring, man, to deal with these annoying Mortar players. Oh, if only I played my Skelly King like a second earlier, I actually could have got all the souls from that skeleton army. But look at our Mortar, though. Oh, he has Magic Archer. Ooh, that's really bad, guys. I'm gonna have to go ahead and play my Vines here. Honestly, the Vines are a pretty nice clutch card sometimes that can just save you when you're in an awkward situation. I will let the Magic Archer lock. I could have tried to get the Miner down earlier, but didn't want to risk his ghost staying alive because of the Magic Archer killing my Miner. So... we're actually exactly even in damage. Wait, what the heck? Guys, we're actually exactly even. If we both don't play anything now or don't get any damage, we're actually going to have a tie. Alright, just go for the Boss Bandit in the back. That's fine, though. We can just Mother Witch into it. Guys, believe it or not, if a tie happens in in-game duels, they actually do a coin flip to decide who wins that match, which is kind of insane. Like, sometimes CRL games, the Clash Royale official league, sometimes those games are actually decided by coin flips before. Not ever in, like, the finals or something, but sometimes in the earlier stage qualifiers, they were actually decided by a coin flip, which is quite ridiculous. I don't know why they would even have that as a thing, to be honest, but they did decide to do it. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and play my Miner right here. I could have played my Ghost, but obviously my Ghost would just kind of walk by his Ghost, and I'd have had to take quite a few swipes to my tower. We're looking pretty good right now. We're kind of just trying to play this game a little bit defensively. Not really being super aggressive, but we still are trying to get some mortars down sometimes on offense. He actually does have the Pekka. I honestly did not even think this guy was playing Pekka. Guys, I'm going to go for this split Evo Skarmy right here. Look at that placement, guys. Look at that placement. Now we get the General right behind the Skelly King, so it's not going to allow my Skarmy to die until this General dies. Wait, let's pop our ability. No way. No way, guys! We keep our General alive! Oh my gosh, no way. We could even just go for our Skelly King right here. Bro. The Evo Skarmy is ridiculous, guys. Like, literally, what could he have done there? I don't think he could have done anything, because, surprisingly, the Evo Skarmy, even as the skeletons are invisible, they still can soak up, like, E-Drag chains or E-Spirit chains, so we actually do take the win.